Hello, I am Adel, and today I'll be doing a build order for a Chinese, opening Men at Arms into Archers, as requested by the Black Knight. Now, before we get started, I should say that I'm not that skilled of a player. I am barely scratching 1700 on a good day, and I never really play the Chinese. And the reason for that is that I don't believe I'm skilled enough to fully master and benefit from its bonuses. Because they have a very awkward start, not having any food in the beginning and 50 less wood. But they do start with 6 villagers instead of the usual 3. So this makes for a very awkward start. So I wouldn't recommend it for newer players. But if you do want to try it, here's how I would do it personally. But again, I'm not that skilled of a player. So anyway, start with 3 more villagers, 50 less wood, and 200 less food. Technologies cost 10% less in Feudal, 15% less in Castle, 20% less in the Imperial Age. Town centers support 10 plus population and plus 5 line of sight. So, in my mind, this means that I don't have to build 2 houses in the beginning. I can get away with just making 1. So that I can send more villagers to food earlier. Domination ships plus 50% hit points. That won't benefit us here on Arabia. And neither will any of these other technologies either, except for farms plus 45 food, which is very useful as a team bonus. And of course to ourselves. As you can see, they have a very versatile tech tree here with units. The one thing which I think was a recent update to them was that they removed redemption, which I think is reasonable because they don't really need to be a Moxiv because they have like all the other techs here. Okay, so let's get started. I'll be starting here now by selecting my 5 villagers and catching them inside the town center. Then I move a sheep under the town center and make a house with 1 villager. Meanwhile, I'm sending sheeps around the map to scout. I should also say that the plus 5 line of sight with the town center is very useful with the Chinese, because if you don't find your sheep immediately, you're kinda screwed. Though it's not that bad anymore. With DE as your sheep, you tend to spawn within line of sight anyway. So I put all my villagers on the sheep here. I'm actually gonna send 1 more, so I'll have 7 villagers on the sheep. And now I'm gonna have to force deposit some food to afford another villager. So doing this, it will never be perfect, like all the time. So you will have like a few seconds idle time overall. In my case, I don't think I'm doing too bad. Now I'm gonna send 2 villagers over to wood. We're gonna have 4 because we want to go for a barracks early, but 2 for now. And now I take 1 villager and send it towards the boar. But first we need to build a house, so that we don't get housed in a moment now. So now we send 2 more villagers. I have to force deposit. Actually, I didn't force deposit, I waited for the sheep to decompose. I think that made for a smoother transition. And now I'm getting the war with house builder, sending the last villager to the wood. Now you want 8 villagers on the boar here. I'm gonna dance around a little with the boar while sheep decomposes, or exhausts I should say. Now that we have 8 villagers on the boar, I want to send 4 villagers over to the berries. Meanwhile, I'm scouting to find my enemy, so I has a house here, 2 boars. I'm not a lamer boy, so I'm not gonna bother with that. With laming the boars. Now I'm building a mill. I step a little bit there with my force depositing. Now I'm getting my second boar. I'm gonna quickly make 2 farms here. I should note that I don't open with men-at-arms so often either, so I'm not sure if this build order is the perfect one for men-at-arms, but it seemed to work for me. Now we have 4 villagers on the berries, 4 on the woods, and now we want 10 villagers on the town center, which we have now. See it there too. So now we'll be sending the new villagers over to woods. And we'll be going up at 24 population, which would equivalent 22 with any other civilization. Now we send 1 more to the woods, and our 2 last ones to the gold. First we need to build our barrack. So we want to start queuing militias fast, so that we'll have our 3 militias ready for us when we reach the feudal age. Here we go. I'm sending 4 more villagers to the wood line, so we'll have 10 in total. Mess up a little bit there with the miners. Should maybe deposit faster to afford the mining camp, so that these villagers didn't have to go all the way back. Starting to queue some militias. Looking back, I think maybe I should have put 2 villagers on the strategy trees earlier. Something that I could have changed, so that I could have afforded a second lumber camp faster, because I'm gonna go for it a bit later. Because 10 villagers on 1 lumber camp, as you see, is not so efficient. That one stuck here, that's never good. So now I have my militias ready, and I can almost afford man-at-arm upgrades. There we go. I'm sending a villager here to start walling. And I'll be sending more villagers to gold. And they'll be making a archer range. So I'm not gonna be microing and showing off with my military here. So I'm just gonna send them to this direction. This is just so that you get a general idea of the build order that I use. So I'm gonna be messing around with food there a bit. It's not so smooth as I would have liked. I'll be queuing up archers. And this I guess is where the initial build order ends. But I'll let it play on till the end. Just for like, so that you can see like for an option that you could do, like later on. Don't watch is very important. Playing around with units a little bit. Not the best engagement there. Like losing the skull like that is never good. Just got wheelbarrow. 18 farms. Here I think I could have gotten the wheelbarrow just a bit later, so that I wouldn't have to queue up villagers afterwards. But then I could have gone castle edge faster, I think. So this AI just makes a lot of skirmishers, so I'll have to make some knights that he hopefully can't see. Stables, I mean. Getting all the upgrades, bloodlines, skateboarding armor, forging. Some castle age. With 2 stables. I'm just staying on 1 town center because I want to end this quickly. I'm gonna add a 3rd stable, so I'm trying to grow my economy. I can afford using knights from all 3 at the same time. Like normally you would start playing with these knights immediately, harassing his economy. You know, I'm in no rush here. The AI doesn't pose much of a threat. This is basically where it ends for the AI, and game is over. Boom boom. Easy game. Quick look at the statistics. So a fairly decent timing, I think, with the Chinese. Consider that we had went up at 24 population here, not 22. We did have like a few seconds idle time, which isn't ideal, but it's hard not to get any idle time with Chinese. So that's it. That's my take on the Chinese build order thing. Man at Arms. So I hope this was insightful, and that I didn't do the Chinese any disservice as a civilization. So thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing if you want more videos like this. And you can also ask for build orders, and I'll see to making similar videos like this then. So see you. Thanks.